Let's get right into it. Number 8. The phantom decision maker. You probably think you make decisions because you decide to. Cute. But your brain actually decides before you do, and then politely lets you believe you had a say. In one study, neuroscientists hooked people up to brain scanners and asked them to press a button whenever they felt like it. The weird part? The scanner could predict which button they'd press up to 7 seconds before they consciously made the choice. That's not intuition, that's your brain saying, "Don't worry, I got this," and locking in your answer before you even join the conversation. It's like your mind is the world's worst roommate. It eats your leftovers, moves your stuff, and then acts shocked when you confront it. This unconscious autopilot is called the readiness potential, and it suggests that most of your free will moments are really just your brain informing you of decisions it already made. Basically, you're the last one to find out what you're about to do. Next time you find yourself grabbing a snack at midnight or texting your ex just to check in, remember, that wasn't you. That was your brain, steering your life like a toddler with a steering wheel stickered to the wall, going, vroom vroom. Number 7. The invisible puppet strings. Imagine walking into a store and smelling fresh bread. Suddenly, you feel hungry. Not shocking until you realize you didn't decide that. Your brain is wired to respond to subtle environmental cues, smells, lighting, sounds, long before your conscious mind can blink. Supermarkets literally weaponize this by pumping bakery smells near the entrance, so your subconscious whispers, "You're starving. Buy everything." Even the way aisles are arranged is designed to manipulate your primitive instincts. Slow music keeps you wandering, eye-level placement directs your attention, and mirrors near produce sections make you buy more fruits because you subconsciously want to look healthier. This effect extends beyond marketing. Psychologists call it priming, when your brain absorbs information in the background and uses it to guide your behavior. For instance, people who see words related to old age tend to walk slower afterward. It's not magic, it's the creepy realization that your brain is basically a sponge that leaks ideas into your actions without permission. So, if you've ever wondered why you keep ending up in the snack aisle holding cookies you didn't remember picking up, congrats. You've just witnessed your subconscious flexing its marketing degree. Number 6. The mirror inside your skull. Ever caught yourself yawning after someone else yawns? Or cringing when you watch someone stub their toe? Congratulations, you've just been hijacked by mirror neurons, the tiny brain cells that make you an emotional copy machine. These neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else do it. They're the reason you feel secondhand embarrassment, flinch during a horror movie, or feel oddly good when your favorite YouTuber says, "We did it," even though you just sat there eating chips. The creepy part? Your brain can't always tell the difference between you doing something and watching it happen. That's why sports fans feel physically exhausted. After a game, their brains literally simulated the whole match in real time. Mirror neurons are supposed to make us empathetic, but they also make us disturbingly easy to manipulate. Marketers, politicians, and influencers exploit them all the time by mirroring gestures, tones, and facial expressions, because your subconscious loves people who seem to reflect you. Basically, your brain sees someone acting like you and goes, "Friend?" So yeah, the next time you catch yourself liking someone instantly, maybe it's not your heart fluttering. It's just your mirror neurons doing their creepy, clingy thing. Number 5. The memory that lies to you. Your memories? Fake. Well, not completely fake, just casually rearranged. Every time you remember something, your brain doesn't replay a recording, it reconstructs the memory from scratch, like a toddler trying to redraw the Mona Lisa from memory. Each recall edits the original. That means the more you remember something, the less accurate it gets. This is called memory reconsolidation, and it's the reason eyewitness testimony is often unreliable. You're not recalling an event, you're remembering your last memory of that event. It's like making a copy of a copy until the image starts to blur. And your brain loves adding helpful details that never existed: smells, faces, dialogue, even entire people. Psychologists have induced false memories in lab experiments using simple cues. Participants swear they were lost in a mall as kids, even though it never happened. Your mind doesn't mean to gaslight you. It's just trying to make a coherent story. But it's terrifying when you realize that the narrator of your life might be an unreliable one. So next time you argue with a friend over what really happened, remember, you're both wrong, but at least your brains are lying with confidence. Number 4. The illusion of control. Picture this. You press the elevator button 3 times because it's taking too long. You cross your fingers before rolling dice. You jiggle the TV remote, hoping it'll start working. Congratulations, you've been tricked by one of your brain's favorite delusions, the illusion of control. Your mind absolutely hates randomness. It wants to believe everything that happens is at least partially your fault, because that feels safer than admitting chaos runs the universe. So, it fakes control. Pressing the crosswalk button doesn't make the light change faster, but your brain rewards you with a tiny dopamine pat on the head for doing something. Psychologists have found that humans will even claim control over completely random outcomes. In one study, participants played a game where the results were pure chance, like a glorified coin flip. Yet most still believed their strategies made a difference. Even weirder, when people feel powerless in life, say, during stressful times, they're more likely to develop these rituals. That's why Lucky Charms exist, and why sports fans wear winning socks. It's not stupidity, it's survival. Your brain is trying to convince itself the world isn't just a giant chaos generator with tax laws. Basically, you're the protagonist of a story your brain's making up in real time, and it refuses to admit it doesn't actually control the plot. Number 3. The blind spot in your reality. You literally can't see part of the world and your brain just fills it in with a lie. Every human eye has a blind spot, a place on the retina where there are no light-detecting cells because that's where the optic nerve exits. It's a literal hole in your vision, but you never notice it. Why? Because your brain quietly photoshops over it with whatever it thinks should be there. If you close one eye and do a simple test, Google blind spot test, if you dare, you'll watch an object disappear from view, not fade, not blur, just vanish. And your brain replaces it instantly with background color or nearby details. It's not just your vision. The brain does this with everything. When you see a continuous world, you're actually seeing a patched-together movie made from fragments of sensory input and imagination. You're walking through a hallucination your brain edits on the fly and you only notice when it glitches. So the next time you think, seeing is believing, remember, your brain is basically an unreliable special effects artist with no budget and too much confidence. Number 2. Emotional hacking 101. Ever notice how your mood changes before you understand why? You wake up irritated, and your brain scrambles to invent a reason. Traffic was bad. My boss is annoying. That pigeon looked at me funny. But sometimes, the emotion comes first. Your brain triggers feelings before your conscious mind has a clue what's going on, and then your thoughts rush in to justify them. This is called affective primacy, emotions leading thought instead of the other way around. Even creepier. Your body helps your brain decide what emotion you're having. This is known as the James Lange theory. Your mind reads your body's reactions and labels them. So, if your heart's racing, your palms are sweaty, and your breathing's shallow, your brain might say, "Ah yes, fear," when really, you're just on a treadmill or 2 coffees deep. Marketers, movies, and politicians exploit this constantly. Emotional music swells, lighting shifts, faces look concerned, and your body plays along. Your brain interprets the sensations as important, even if nothing's actually happening. Basically, you're not feeling your feelings. You're interpreting your body's random noise as feelings like a bad detective solving crimes that never happened. Number 1. The voice that isn't you. There's a little narrator in your head right now, commenting on everything I'm saying. You can hear it. You might even be reading this in that voice. That's not you. That inner voice, the constant chatter narrating your life, is your brain's attempt to maintain a sense of identity. It takes all your experiences, thoughts, and memories and weaves them into a continuous story so you feel like a single, stable person. But that you is just a construct, a character your mind invented for the sake of convenience. Neuroscientists call this the narrative self, and it's more of a performance than a fact. When your brain goes silent, like during deep meditation or certain neurological states, that voice disappears, but you still exist. The self you feel isn't the operator, it's the interface. And that's the creepiest trick of all. Your brain built a character so convincing, you've been mistaking it for the real you your entire life. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.